Hello everyone, this is Lulu Barbarella, former fiancée of Casey's Hurricane NuNu, Danish celebrity. I'm here today to pay homage to a great man who passed away late last night. Casey, the Hurricane NuNu, passed away. He's left us forever. The cause of his death was gonads gone to canine. Not being used for years, his member basically withered away, eventually falling off, causing this severe staph infection which then traveled to his tea bag, causing his gonads to fall on the floor. Being so very weak, he fell to the ground, trying to retrieve his two little balls of dignity, only to find Queenie chewing on them, as if they were rawhides. They were irretrievable. His life was so adventurous. I remember the time we went to a Motley Crue concert. Vince Neil threw me a backstage pass. I gleefully accepted. At that point, the bouncer began to pull me over the barrier. Casey was such a trooper. He held on so tight to my stilettos, as hard as he could. In the end, he begged the bouncers to let him back, using the excuse that he was going to shit his pants unless he didn't get to the restroom. I was so happy when they accepted his request. The evening went great. Tommy Lee was such a gentleman. He had lube, which made it so much more comfortable. I only felt like I had been split in two for the first hour. After that, I went numb and really enjoyed our time together. The staff had all sorts of sandwiches to keep busy Casey, so he could have something to do in the meantime. He was so happy when I told him what I had accomplished with Tommy Lee, and I was so proud at the same time. Even though I had walked away and walked funny for 2 weeks, it was well worth it. I also carried away a great souvenir that would last me a lifetime. I got a wonderful case of Tommy Lee herpes. Every time it surfaces, I remember the fairy tale evening. So did Casey. It was such ecstasy. Then there was the time we traveled to Denmark, my homeland, to smoke doobie legally. Casey had promised me that it was legal in Denmark. So we were sitting on a lovely street corner one day, smoking doobie. In the meantime, a cop pulled over, asked us what we were doing, and busted us for marijuana. It was horrible. They put us in a jail cell with other criminals, and when we came out, Casey told me that he had been assaulted by a leather-clad pixie. I actually got the bite, but he enjoyed it. But he would never admit his joy. It was funny, though. Every time we would see a picture of Tinkerbell, he would quiver, giggle, and give me a little schoolgirl smile. Then the time in Denmark when we were getting ready to make love, looking over the meadows, it was so beautiful. I waited forever. I waited and waited for Casey to make love to me. He seemed to be a bit shy before I knew he had finished. It appears that all of his drug use 7 years ago had also faltered his performance, not to mention his size. I learned to cope with it. My toy bag came in very handy, and with that we had a wonderful sex life. I will miss Casey. His loss will impact the world as we know it today. New Orleans will miss Abe Lincoln, and the Chief's silver rings, and the tacky top hat, the chin hair. It will never be able to replace him. Casey NuNu, we will miss you forever. NuNu loves you. Ciao.